Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Rick Mertell here, flashing on the screen with the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System with Synergy Financial Partners here at Ferguson, USA Hot Talk Radio. Here with my partner, the president of Synergy Financial Partners, Don Rice, coming from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm enjoying watching myself flash on the screen. Sweet. I feel,
It wasn't doing that.
I feel like I don't know, I'm in another dimension, but that's okay. So we're here to talk about the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System, as we do every week on Friday. What is the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System? Well, it's what it is.
Lost you, Rick.
Can now.
Don, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, beautiful. I'm back. So we were talking about the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System. So we found that there are probably about 200 veterans a year transitioning from the military to civilian life. And so we put together a program called the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System to help veterans transition from the military to the civilian life, working with us at Synergy Financial Partners. Just helping people in the financial services world with the different things that we do for people: retirement planning, college planning, and everything in between. So for the last few weeks, we've been talking about the system. We have a turnkey system in place called the Synergy Format System, and we've kind of gone through the steps. This week we're on step 6, and which is duplication. I think I'm going to hand it off to Don since he's staying still and not flashing off and on. So Don, if you could kind of take it from here, maybe recap if you like about the different steps previously, and then talk about step 6.
Okay, yep, I can do that. So let me just get back to this. So yeah, so with the Synergy Format System, again, with the VETS program, looking to transition people, looking for vets that want to transition out of the military into financial services. And even if you're not sure if that's exactly what you want to do, we'd love to show you exactly how financial service can help you build your career. But in that system, you would come on board of Synergy. We would help you set up everything as far as getting your licensing and getting everything ready to run your Synergy business. And then we would continue to be your admin. We would continue to do workshops for you, to do educational things for you, to help you prospect for clients, that sort of thing. So you'll be within our system, and we teach you all that kind of stuff. And so we have a system that we've developed that we can drop someone pretty much in any city across the United States, and they can run a Synergy business just based on this system. So we've already talked about several of the steps, and we're on the last one this week. There's 6 steps to this system. 1, prospecting, finding clients. Number 2, contacting those people, letting them know what you do. You don't want to be a secret agent. 3, business presentation meetings. And those are Wealth 101s. You hear us talking about them all the time. Those we do them. We just did one last night on Zoom. So twice a month we do them over Zoom nationwide, so everyone can jump on. And then once or twice a month we'll do them in person in a city here or there. So like this month on the 28th, we have one here in Georgia. but we just did one up in St. Louis. So if you didn't get a chance to come out to the in-person Wealth 101 in St. Louis to see how we teach people how to save on their taxes, how money actually works, how to save better, how the wealthy save money versus how the middle class save money, and just really learn a lot about personal finance. If you didn't get a chance, we will be back out in November. And when we come out, you can. We definitely want to invite you out to one of those Wealth 101 workshops. You'll learn a lot. Then we have the follow-up. So once a workshop or a contact has been made, how do you follow up with people? What should you be doing? Then we have the fast start. So once someone comes into the business, what do they need to be doing in the first 30, 60, 90 days? So that fast start meeting with one of the executives in the company to get yourself off the ground and running right off the bat, that's very, very important. And then last, duplication. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And again, duplication, you're just going to kind of do the same thing over and over and over, and you do it faster and faster, and you will end up building your business that way. Okay, so let me get down here. We'll go into, all right, so duplication, step 6. The purpose is to build and run a business system that produces leaders and clients simultaneously, leading to exponential growth. So with any business, you're always trying, the whole goal is to duplicate yourself. Okay, you want to be a good leader, and that's the whole point of transitioning from the military into financial services and starting your own business, is because you already have those leadership skills. You have those team building skills. You like to train, you like to help others, you like to educate, that kind of stuff. So that's what we do. You're starting a business to be in service to your community is what you're doing. And we always like to say, you're never really in the business until the business really gets into you. And what does that mean? I was just having a conversation the other day with one of our agents, and he said, I love what we do. We can help everybody, but it's hard when people say no, or they don't want to listen, or they don't want to hear about what you do. But you have to look at it like this. You always want people to know what you do, because you're in a field that really everything you do does help everyone. As long as you believe that, you'll do very good here. You'll do just fine. And when I say until the business gets into you, a lot of times people don't really understand exactly what we do until one of their clients needs one of their policies to pay out. So one of the living benefit policies we talk about, someone gets cancer and you are the one that takes them that check that's going to get them through that. Or someone passes away and you're the one that takes that $500,000 check to that family and sits down and talks to them and lets them know how, all the different things that we can do to try to help in this time. So when you're that person and you really get to see the benefits for those families that you're helping, and you get to see it in a real way, that's when we say when the business is in you. And so that's what you want to start doing, is teaching people how to grow this business. And we'll teach you that as part of this system, and then teach people how to help others. Because like I said, once you do, I've already given plenty of checks out to different clients and family members of people that have needed, the benefits that we put in place for them. So when that starts to happen, you really see how you can benefit others. All right. So synergy format system, talking about duplication. Okay. You're leveraging your time with this system. It's allowing you to multiply your efforts, because once you bring someone on board, you get them trained up, then you're going to bring someone else and do it over and over. And then now you're able to help more and more people. So that's the whole goal, is you're wanting to help as many people as you possibly can, but you can only help so many people in any given day. So what you want to do is build an agency, just like any other agency out there. You want to build that agency so that you have multiple people working with you, going out talking to people. And that's that duplication we're talking about. Okay. So anybody in this business, if you get good at it, you can easily make 6 figures in this business. Okay. Am I telling you you're going to make that your first year? Absolutely not. This is no get rich quick scheme or anything like that. That we're teaching you a real skill in a real career. Okay. But it is a career that does pay very well, and you can work your way into a 6-figure income fairly quickly. Now, when I talk to people and they know that they can make anywhere from $50,000 to about $350,000 on their own, Typically, if you're wanting to make more than that, and there's lots of people here that do, you're going to be looking at building an agency. And we help you do that within Synergy. Okay, so that's another part of this, and that's where the duplication comes in. You do all these steps and you do them over and over. Some people are going to become clients, some people are going to become agents with you. Okay, and that's how you duplicate yourself. And then you want to teach those people how to be leaders so that they're out duplicating and helping you build your business, and you're helping them build theirs. Okay, so the key is to imitate, not create. Okay, two things here with duplication. The key is to imitate, not create. And marketing is the opening of outlets and the gathering of clients simultaneously. So when you're in the duplication field, remember when we say number one, the key is to imitate, not create. We've spent a lot of time building this and we know it works. The people that come in and they don't do very good is because they come in and they start saying, well, if I did this a little different, maybe this will work. And maybe if I do this a little, I'm going to tweak this and I'm going to tweak that. And then they're gone in, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, they're out of here because they're always trying to create stuff. They think they can do something better and they haven't even been in this industry. And we have people that have been in this industry 20, 30 years that have helped create this. So again, the key is to imitate, not create. Don't be your worst enemy and start trying to do all this stuff on your own. Marketing is the opening of outlets and the gathering of clients simultaneously. Again, when you're marketing, you're talking to people about what you do. We do stuff so passively. We do everything through education. So we're educating people with our business presentations, and some of those people become clients, some of those people become agents, and some of those people become both. Okay? Most people that are agents are also clients, because that's what you want to be, because you love the product so much. Tax-free retirement, who doesn't like that? Living benefits, everybody needs them. Secure retirement, our clients don't lose money when the markets crash. Again, something everybody needs. So that because of that, you become a client and you become an agent. You're out talking to other people about it. And then the key is you want to become a master duplicator, a replicator. So if you're going to be really, really good at this business, you're going to build a team that you can duplicate over and over and over. Okay, so the power of duplication, 5 steps to turn yourself into the perfect copy machine. Find a plan that works. That's the system that we're talking about right now, the SFP Synergy Format System. Repeat it over and over again. The repetition of simple things leads to an inevitable explosion. Develop cookie cutter exactness. That's again what we say. We've already got the system. Don't try to develop it. Don't recreate the wheel. Just do it over and over again and create a machine that builds and runs your business. Once you get a few people that are agents with you and you start training them to go out and build as well, you'll see very quickly how agencies work. Okay, and this is the same thing with real estate agencies, other financial service agencies, any agency type system out there builds this exact same way. Okay, and the key components: have a recruiter's mentality, have a builder's mindset. What does that mean? So a recruiter's mentality and a builder's mindset. So you're always thinking about who would be good, who would be a good candidate for the business, who would help me grow and reach more people, because that's key. We're always talking about reaching more people. And that builder's mindset is always having the ability to look into the future and know what your business is going to look like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year from now, 2 years, 10 years from now. You're trying to build that agency. What does your agency look like? And again, it's different for different people. Some people think of an agency that's just in their town and they've maybe got 5 or 6 people working with them. Other people are thinking they have Synergy agencies in 10, 15 states. Okay, and they have hundreds of people working for them. So it really depends on you and what that builder's mindset means, but it definitely means at least building an agency. Okay, allow enough time for your efforts to compound. A lot of people will quit quickly. They'll come in, oh, I got 1 or 2 people, but they're not really doing a whole lot, and this is not working for me. Again, the business definitely works if you'll work the business. It's not that the business doesn't work, it's that you don't work the business. So you got to allow the time to get your efforts to start compounding. Everybody's seen the meme online where you have the guy digging for gold, and all of a sudden he just stops and he's about an inch away from the gold deposit, and then another guy jumps in and starts digging, and boom, he hits it. So If he would have just dug a little bit longer, he would have had enough time to get those efforts compounded and he'd have struck riches. So again, same thing in your building of your business. Don't quit. Most people have a survival phase as they get their business up and running. I tell everybody, that when you're in this business, allow that 90 days in the beginning to really get going. Don't expect to come in and just make money right off the bat. It takes time to find some clients and get things written. Train each associate to ensure you have duplication throughout your team. Teach exactly what they need to know to win. Again, teaching them the exact steps of the system, just like we're teaching you right now. Don't start teaching them, okay, our team's going to do it this way, or we're going to do something this way. Teach them exactly what everybody else that's been very successful is doing, and you're going to end up with a successful team. Keep the information and training simple. All goes with the same thing we're just talking about. Create an easy-to-follow, transferable blueprint for your business, motivation, recognition systems, and recruiting programs. Same thing. It's all in the system. That's why we have an entire manual that explains all of this stuff and how to do it. All right? Master the system and keep it the same. Don't start doing it yourself, adding stuff to it. Study the system over and over and in every facet of the business. Make sure you are the master copy worth duplicating. Okay? If you're going to run a team or have an agency, make sure you're out there producing, talking to people, learning, training, doing all kinds, everything you have to do. Because if you're not really doing anything, we've had people come in before. You know what? I'm going to start a team and I'm just going to train them to work, but I'm not going to go out and sell anything. Well, if you're not educating people, if you're not in the business helping people, putting living benefits and tax-free retirement in place, how are you ever going to teach someone else to do it? So again, that has never really worked. You got to have that mentality of I'm going to do this myself, and then I'm going to teach others to do it. And that's when you're really going to become a leader here. Okay, so keys to exponential growth. You must build. Again, you can be very good here by yourself, and we have an agent track, but we also have our agency track. And if you want to have exponential growth, you need to have a lot of agents on your team. Okay, when we say wide and deep, you have direct agents to you. You build those people into leaders, and then you help them develop teams. And those teams or those agencies within your agency, that's when we talk about deep. So you want to go wide and deep. Get a bunch of people that are your direct line associates that you're training, and then have them start training other people. So that's wide and deep. That's one of the things you have to do. Must build. Main focus points: get more personal direct associates, and then get more prospects and leaders to your meetings, those Wealth 101s. And we make it very easy for you to get people to your meetings because we do them on Zoom every other Thursday. So even if you can't get someone to an in-person with COVID and everything right now, a lot of times the in-person, there's a few people there, but hopefully, we're getting more and more every time now as people start getting out more. But there's no excuse that people can't just jump onto a BPM as far as business presentation on a Thursday night or a Tuesday night or a Saturday morning. We tend to have them all over the place so that people can fit them into their schedules. And then we make sure that it'll work for everybody because some of my agents, some of their clients can't get on any of our BPMs that we have pre-scheduled. And we'll do what are called we do little short BPMs, instead of being an hour long, we'll do a personal business presentation. We'll do the Wealth 101. We'll hit about 5 or 6 of the topics, just maybe not go in depth to every topic. And we'll do that for them personally. So we can do that for your clients. And that way we make sure that we get that education to them because that is key. And we can do a little personal one for about a half an hour with them, and they'll get to see most of the information. And hopefully with that, they'll get to one of the bigger ones after they see the smaller one. Okay, so focus on building more outlets. Those are new associates within your agency. And the more outlets you have, the more associates and clients you'll get. I mean, just look at McDonald's. If there was one McDonald's, would they be selling billions of hamburgers? No, the key is to open multiple outlets, and you're going to sell more just because you're in more areas. And that's the key here. Having more agents just means you're talking to more people. That's key. So focus on building big leadership team and large client base simultaneously. Again, that goes back to the training, and we help handle all that for you. So that's what's nice. You don't have to worry about, I always have to be focused on training. I always have to be focused on meetings. No, you can focus on your clients and helping your agents. We'll handle getting them trained up. We'll handle the business presentations. We'll handle all that. You're just plugging into the system. So that's excellent. Compress more activity into a shorter time frame for explosive growth. This is key. A lot of times you might hire one person a year and then you're like, wow, this is just not growing very fast. And then you have other agents that are out here that become really good leaders, and they're hiring 2, 3 people a month. And by the time the year is over, they've got 40 or 50 people within their agency. Okay, so it's just up to you. The faster you go out and start talking to people, whether you're building your book of business or whether you're building your agency, either way, you're going to be much more successful if you really look at this as, hey, this is my career. I'm going to do everything I can to make it successful. And you just get to it. It's all about activity. A successful leader monitors his activity and focuses on results. Okay, so you always want to keep track of what's going on with your team, see how it's doing, and then reevaluate. I usually do reevaluations for my team every 30, 60, 90 days, and then give everybody calls and say, hey, let's work on this, or hey, what are you doing right now? Here's what I think you could be doing a little bit better. So you want to make sure that you're monitoring what's going on. How many fast starts are you doing? How many new associates came on board the last few months? How many blueprints were completed? And that's key because that's where the business is. When you're out doing financial blueprints, which are financial advisory sheets, that means you're actually helping a family. Okay, so how many of those? That's what's key. And the more associates you have, the more blueprints that'll be completed in your agency. Use a system of recognition and motivation. You want to always recognize people for doing good. Okay, so we definitely have a lot of stuff in place for you to do a lot of recognition. If you've ever been on, once you're on board, if you're ever on any of our leadership calls, which we have every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, you will hear that's the first thing we always start with is recognition. Who did the best last week? Who has the most new agents on board? Who has the most new clients that they've gotten policies in place for? Who's got some big things that they're looking forward to, some things on the horizon, that kind of thing. So always, always, always recognize team members that are doing good. It'll help motivate them to do better. Avoid the 3 causes of panic leadership: lack of activity. You trying to make things happen because nothing's happening. So as long as you stay active and you stay busy and you're working with your team, you're going to be fine. Lack of earnings and savings. People you're sitting in front of can tell if you're just trying to push them into something, just trying to sell something because you're trying to do it for you. Don't do that. Do it for them and you'll earn a lot more. Okay? You're always educating. They will buy as soon as you educate them enough to know that they really need this. Lack of a definite system. That's where we come in to help you every step of the way going through this system and building your business. So you don't have to worry about those 3 as long as you are putting in the activity. 2 keys to big time recruiting: feel good about synergy and what we do. That's key. I tell people all the time, you have to love what we do. Everybody in America needs living benefits, period. And out of the millions of policies out there, 90% of them do not have living benefits on them. So there's tons of people in your area right now that need living benefits. When you walk into a room, you need to know probably 99% of the room, if not 100%, needs what you do. So you got to be excited about that. Then get others to be excited about it just like you are. And that's why we have all these meetings all the time and these educational presentations, because once people do find out about living benefits and they find out about tax-free retirement, they find out they can save their money and not worry about losing it in the market and that kind of thing, they do get excited and they want to talk to a lot of people about it. And they'll become clients, and then they'll eventually become agents as well because they're out referring us anyway, so they might as well make money doing it. Setting a winning example. Always be the hardest worker on your team. Okay, that's key. Be passionate about what you do. Be the hardest worker on your team. Be excited. If you can do all that, you're going to end up making the most money on your team. And then you'll be able to help, as an example, show everyone on your team what they need to be doing. That's how leadership works. Keep the main thing the main thing. Okay, so the big thing when I talk about that is I just talk to people about who's your next client, who's your next agent. Okay, so you should always be talking to all your leaders about that. That's the kind of phone call you need to have. Who's your next client? Who's your next agent? If everybody's focused on who's the next client, who's the next agent, they're focused on 2 great things. They're about to help another family become a client and get the benefits they need. And they're about to help another family come into the business and make money by helping other people get the things that they need. Okay, so you're going to touch more people. All right. And once these 3 main points of focus running smooth, and I'll be handling most of that, so don't worry about it. Okay. So that's about it. That's where I'm going to end it for today. There's a lot of other stuff. I'm not going to read through all this. The key is, like I said, be the leader that you want. That's going to be key. Okay, you're going to have to motivate people, and then you'll be able to duplicate them. As long as you stay very active, as long as you stay, motivated, and you really want everything to, work on your team, and you're the number one person on your team, you're going to do very, very well, and you'll start duplicating your stuff. And then it just goes back to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, all the way down to step 6, and you just do it over and over, and you teach other people to do it over and over. And that pretty much wraps up the synergy format system. We talked about a lot over the last month and a half going through this system. And so, again, I want to reach out to everybody as far as make sure you're talking to myself or Rick. Reach out to us. You have our contact information. Find out when the next Wealth 101 is going to be online. Find out when the next Wealth 101 in your area is going to be. And I know for St. Louis, it's going to be first or second week of November, and we're looking at that right now. Within hopefully by early next week, I'll know exactly what day that's going to be. So we'll get that out to you definitely by next Friday when we have our next show. Okay. So with that, I'll hand it back over to you, Rick, and I hope everybody got a lot of good information.
All right, awesome, Don. Appreciate it. One of the words that Don mentioned probably the most while he was talking today was team, and that's one of the skills that being a veteran, you work as a team as a veteran. So that's one of the skills that will definitely translate to our industry and to our business. And it's just exciting to the fact that you have a system in place that allows you to just plug into it. I mean, there's everybody wants to have their own business, but they don't always have the means to start it or the idea to do it. And so we have this proven system. It's been being used for probably 50 years, and lots of millionaires have been developed through this system. So we're using it, and we're sharing it, and we just want to get it out to as many people as possible. So just like Don said, just you've got our information there on the screen. Please reach out. You can see it right there. You can email me or call me, or you can go to my website, and there you can get all the information there. Give Don an email. We'll get you on one of those Wealth 101s virtual or in St. Louis. Like he said, we're going to have one here in November in a few weeks, and like to see as many people as possible. This last one we had turned out quite well in person. We had about 10 people show up, and most of those people have already become clients or are coming into the business. So the percentage of people, once they're educated, as Don says, uh, the percentage of people that will act upon that education is unbelievable. So just like to get that information to everybody. So please reach out to us. Please share this. Don't pay any attention to the fact that I was kind of flashing in the beginning there, because Don, being a team that we are, Don took over and made it work. So appreciate you all watching today. Share the show. Reach out to us, and hope to talk to you in person sometime soon. Have a great week. Thank you. Thanks, Don.